What's up, my fellow NFT collectors? It's the VeVe Vault here for Sunday, and I'm bringing this video to you today to let you guys know about some NFTs that I'm targeting to collect and maybe even get several, not just one of them. And the reason is because they're misprints or errors, or we're starting to think that they are. There's one in particular that I'll show you first that definitely is, and that's the one I'm mostly targeting. But first, let's go over where somebody had asked Mr. David Yu, who's the founder of VeVe, about errors and misprints. Alright guys, I'm going to start over and pre-warn you. I forgot to mention that my son is here with his friend from school back in the other room, so you might hear them in the background a little bit. Hopefully they're not too loud. They're playing some VR, so maybe if they get shot they might start yelling. Alright, so this is what I wanted to bring up to you. This is where David Yu talked to somebody about it, and he asked him, "Hey David, since you understand collectibles more than most, I'd like to ask you, do you believe a misprint could make an NFT more desirable since the collectible was minted without the artist or company realizing?" Which I don't know about that last part, because I think they have to approve everything. Each company, each NFT has to be approved. Sometimes that's why it takes a while for releases to come out, even though the license has already been obtained. But it is a good question. Is it going to be more desirable or more valuable? And the founder, David Yu, responded with 100%. And he said as long as the error was corrected with a re-release. And that's kind of like with baseball cards too. Sometimes there'll be an error in a set, and then they'll correct the error, and this error is considered a short print because not as many were made as the corrected version. So I don't know how that's going to apply to NFTs since they're minted to the blockchain. But we'll continue here. It says, he thanked him for his response, of course, and he says, "Do you believe VeVe would ever do a re-release on an item if a misprint were found?" And surprisingly, David Yu said the short answer is yes, but we will need to look into each case. And then he says we will also do record of damaged product. And that might come into play here in a second when we look at the Harley Quinn. So let's take a look at three NFTs that may or may not be errors or misprints that you may want to target and try to pick up before people start realizing it and the value goes up. Okay guys, the first one, and probably the most important one, the one that I'm going for mostly, is the Brian Bolland penguin. And I say Bolland because the artist's name is not actually Brian Bollard, which is what it says on the NFT. So let's look it up real quick. We'll look up artist Brian Bollard like it says on the NFT, and you'll see, of course, there is no Brian Bollard, it's Brian Bolland. And if we go back and look at the penguin again, you'll see it's Bollard on here. So this is one of the most important ones. It's already been minted, so they can't change it. So this is one that I've been looking for a lot lately. It started out being around $350 or $400 in value, but it seems like people are putting it up now for around $250 and even lower. I saw one today for $225. So I think that's a good value, especially if it's considered a misprint later and people know about it more and people find it to be desirable. I don't think there's very many of them made. I'll put up the edition number. I'll look it up and put it up there for you. Another one that people are talking about is probably an error, and this may be part of the damaged NFTs that David Yu was talking about, are the Harley Quinns, because of her earring, and it doesn't seem like it's on there right. And there's actually a video of it here that Kyle McGee put up on Facebook that shows it a lot better. So the deal here is that we believe that the earring is not on there properly, like they meant for it to go on like on the other side like a real earring, and if you look at it, it just doesn't look right. And this may be something that's considered damaged, misprint, or an error, something like that in the future. Okay guys, the third NFT that people are considering to be a misprint will be the Jim Lee Joker, and we'll take a look at it here. Now let's take a look at the original real quick. Now if you look at the original and we zoom in here, you can see on the bang that there's an exclamation point. B-A-N-G exclamation point. And then if you look at the video here, they definitely designed it without the exclamation point. So that's considered an error, and a lot of people have been going after that. As you'll see here, this guy right here is big on the believing in the errors, and he's been stocking up on a lot of them, and he expects them to go up in value soon, as do I. I noticed he didn't have any penguins in his collection though. He might not know about that error yet, so that might be one to to snatch up as soon as you see it, especially for those low prices. Alright guys, before I let you go with this short video, my buddy Oliver Chalet hooked me up with some information from the marketplace. His InApp Marketplace is open. Oliver's a guy that's well trusted in the Facebook community. He's real easy to trade with, and he's always helping people out. He sent me some videos of what's going on in the marketplace right now, so you guys can see in case you don't have it yet. Here's Nightwing. It goes a little fast and it might be a little blurry. You'll see some of them have bids, and those are auctions, and then some of them are the sell it now price. Looks like we got a lot of auctions here. Probably was the sell it now price at the beginning. Let's look at a couple more. He sent me a few. Here is the DeLorean. This looks like the ultra rare DeLorean is going for 300 gems in app. I see 300 and 400. Looks like 300 was the low, and then you got some auctions and it goes up from there. Here's the Risso. Looks like the bid on this one is starting at 55,000. Well, there's one here starting at 1.6 thousand. I don't know if they have any bids yet. I'm expecting that 1.6 thousand definitely does. And here's the Robin. Looks like we got 1,000 for that one right there, and about 949. Then you got some bids starting at 400. That could be a good deal if there's not a lot of people on the app. Alright guys, just a quick little video today to let you know about the misprints and the errors, and if you see some going for sale in whatever platform it is that you like, then scoop them up quick, and have a great day. See you later this week.